This video may be out of focus, so I apologize, but it's an important one, so just get through that. Just listen to it. You don't need to watch it. I'm Wes, we're in the mountains, and today we are accompanied by Mr. Batman, my roommate's dog. And I came to this shoot wanting to talk about two different topics. You know, there have been some fun shoots and some fun experiences that I've been able to have that I thought would be great to talk about on camera. But came into this shoot, they just got put on the back burner. There was no preparation. I didn't know of any value that was going to be provided through them, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to come into shooting this without being able to provide value to the audience, because I just don't think that's fair to you guys. I don't think that's why I'm doing this, is to half-ass a video or provide less value than I could. And so as I was driving over here, I was kind of thinking what direction I wanted to take with this, and I thought I'd just speak about kind of what I've been feeling lately in the creative industry. And I've been fortunate enough to where I've been able to do a lot of really cool stuff recently. I had a documentary that just got released about 2 weeks ago. I just got back from shooting the World Athletic Championships in Tokyo. I got flown out there on assignment, and from face value, it looks like everything's cooking with gas in my career, in my life. But as we all know, we kind of put on that face for the camera and for social media. But there have also been instances where my documentary gets released and you know, it goes up on YouTube and it has like 500 views. And I go to Tokyo and I see all these great photographers that I follow, and they're all hanging out. They all have media credentials, and I don't. Even though I've had these accomplishments and I still release a documentary, I'm still in Tokyo shooting, that stuff still gets to you. I don't know if that ever goes away. You know, I'm tenured in the media space, but I'm early into my freelance career, and I just thought I would talk about kind of the imposter syndrome that we can feel, and just the weight of this career choice, because freelancing is not like anything else. You have to not only be a business owner, but you also have to compete against one of the most saturated markets probably in the world right now. I mean, you go on any social media platform and everybody's an influencer or a creator or a photographer. And that's awesome, but that can also be really draining, and it can put a lot of pressure on you. And then, you know, no matter where you are in your life, it's always easy to compare. And I had a video a while back, right when we began all this, and just talked about like, stay in your lane, do what you can, don't compare yourself to others. And I try to stay true to that, but it's also easy to forget those things. And as much as I try not to let outside input in, or as much as I, try to keep my head on straight, this last week has been hard. I'm really proud of the documentary that got released, and to see it only get 500 views so far on YouTube, that definitely has an effect on you mentally, and that's okay. You try not to let it, and for the most part, it doesn't get to me, but when it does, you sit back and you think. There was a moment where I was sitting in the hotel room in Tokyo, and I was thinking, like, am I the right person to tell these stories? Or did I just make the opportunities happen, and it just happened to be me? Is there someone better out there that could be doing this? And honestly, the answer is probably yes. Like, no matter where you are, no matter what career path you're on, someone's gonna be better than you, and that's okay. But it's taken me probably the last week to be able to build myself back up and be like, no, I'm where I'm meant to be. There's a reason I'm here, and it's not just because of my hard work and my passion. Like, there's a lot that goes into this, and I think I'm telling the stories how they should be told. And if you haven't watched the film, go watch it. it would mean the world. But if that thing only sits at 500 views, that's okay, because I know that the 500 people who watched that they were impacted. Even if I didn't get a media credential this year at World Champs, that's okay, because come 2027 in Beijing, you better believe that I'm there all day, every day. And so I just wanted to say that, like, I think I've come on to this YouTube channel and talked a lot about the successes, and I've tried to talk about the failures, because I know that people connect with the failures too, but it's easy to talk about things when things are going well. And if I talked about those things, I'd kind of be putting on a face compared to how I feel right now. And so I think it's important to, as someone who has built a solid career so far in this space, to tell you that like it definitely comes with with its ups and its downs. And that's kind of, even though I've been accomplishing a lot of goals that I've wanted to recently, it's still, there hasn't been like this crazy excitement for it. I mean, there has in some aspects. Like, I was so grateful to go to Tokyo, and I was so excited for my movie to get premiered. Then it comes with the looking at the views, and it comes with the comparison and those types of things. And so I think it's important to talk about that stuff when it happens. And, if you're going through it, know you're not alone. Even if you think you are, you can comment on this channel or shoot me a DM. I've been through it. I think I want to make this a safe space for creators to be able to talk about anything. And even if it's imposter syndrome, if it's comparison, if it's you just got the best gig of your life, if it's you're going through a lot of shit in your personal life, and how do you handle that business-wise? Because I've also felt that recently, in that, the stress and anxiety and the weight of running your own business, of prioritizing your health and your social life, and wanting to grow in your career, that also takes a toll. And I'm someone who, I can say this openly, not for no other reason except I think it's important for people to talk about, but like, man, for the last 3 years, I've had my fair share of stress, anxiety, darkness weighing on my shoulders. And this was one of those moments where a lot of that came at like what the peak of my career has been. And so I think I was just feeling it really heavily recently. And I just want to get on here and talk about it and say that if you're feeling that, you're definitely not alone. Although I went through this past week feeling on the lower side of things, I still have so much appreciation and so much gratitude for everything that's come my way and for everything that I've been able to do these past 2 weeks. And so just being able to sit back and reflect on that, I think is also, going to help me see the more positive side of things. But I guess I just want to end this video saying that if you've ever been there, if you are there, this channel that I've been building, it's open for you to talk about that freely, and just be there for other people too. Be the person that other people can come to you with. And I think, if we can continue those connections, if you can keep pushing on, if you can know that there's always going to be more light than there is rain, then you'll be all right. And I think that's where I'm at right now. So thanks.